coming out on the hardest tires. 13.5 laps of fuel, so I'm in this one for the long haul. No fast lap
Checks
attempt.
complete. We're ready.
Yep.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, I appreciate that. What's that? Oh, wow. All right. I turned off the messages on my screen because it just makes everything too damn small. And I turned off my Wi-Fi in order to be able to broadcast, so I won't be able to see any comments. I remember I was doing a Star Wars broadcast once on my computer, and there was a guy that was watching it, and kept asking questions, but I wasn't looking at it. He's like, check the goddamn chat. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not used to the chat where you have to read shit where it doesn't pop up on the screen, that you have to actually look for it. By the time I had seen the message, he had already left. I'm like, wow, like, anger issues, fuck. Like, you're watching someone's broadcast and you yell at them because they're not paying attention to you. Like, fuck, how petulant of a child do you have to be?
Indeed.
Holy shit, Sorokin's faster than me.
Moved up and into P4.
Oh yeah, this is, it's the equal car. I keep thinking that Sorokin's really slow. What are the AI on now, 80?
75.
75? Okay. That double right-hander in Sector 2 that always catches me out.
It's this section that always fucks me up.
Yeah.
After the double right-hander.
Oh, the high-speed S's?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Senna S's.
I got so messed up in there on this lap. Alright, this is a better lap. There we go.
With that, you're now currently the fastest in this session so far.
Oh, I'm getting a tow.
You're 5th in the speed trap.
Nice. I'm getting ear fucked by someone's microphone. Damn it.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
I took out all the pylons going into the pit. I ran into the back of Danny Rick, and it just pissed me off. So I had all the pylons coming in.
Do you have a thing against pylons?
No, just against Danny Rick. My own teammate.
Because he's a pylon?
Kinda, yeah. It was my own fault. Like, they were braking a lot quicker than I anticipated, and because they were in front of me, I should have adjusted and didn't. I did it a little bit too late and took off the end plate of my right side wing.
Our best lap so far is a 1:19.
Luckily it happened.
That rat bastard.
Yeah, luckily it happened in the stadium section, so I didn't have far to go. Oh shit. I dropped to second. What's that? That'd be cool. It'll look like a broadcast, like you're up in the broadcast booth, Crofty. You've got different views. I'm just wondering what kind of lag there would be. Like, are you still broadcasting the monster truck? Holy shit! Yeah, that's gonna take up a lot of bandwidth. Yeah, that's a good question. Unfortunately I had to turn it off because I had to turn off the Wi-Fi on my iPad. Oh shit, I'm watching Stroll for whatever reason. Okay, whip. 8th in the speed trap, 333 kilometers an hour. That's 207 or 8 miles an hour. Oh wow. On a Friday night, yeah. Well, it's already Saturday for me, but it's still Friday for the other guys. New broadcast center. All right, up to 5th. 19 and a half. That always happened to me too. But mine were with cats. My cat, like, in the spring, oh my god, the house is just a mess because of all the shedding. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was a good sector there, Whip. Even the drifting wide in that last part, still acceptable. Ooh, up to 9th now. 118.898. Oh yeah, you passed me into second. I'm gonna go back out on the same tires, just lower my fuel.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 19.1. All set. Everyone clear?
Whip, is that crackling coming from your headset?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. Is it wind?
No, it's the cord. I have it jury-rigged, so
Okay.
every time an elephant farts in Namibia, it fucking feels it.
Gotta take back that number 2 or 1 spot. Let you sit on there for a couple of laps.
Fuck.
Uh-oh. Oh, in the S's. I'm just coming up on that now.
Our last fucking corner. I've always been in there.
Oversteer into the left side wall.
Understeer.
Oh, damn. That's my crazy neighbors. I apologize for that, people of YouTube.
Nice.
You should probably call the cops.
Nice. Very much appreciated.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate far.
.346 kilometers an hour going down that straight, thanks to Ocon.
4 laps of fuel
I'm gonna do
remaining.
a couple of laps on the ultras, and then I'll retire from this session as well. So Yeti doesn't have to wait too long.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Nice entry there, Bullet.
Thank you! Yeah, wow, that's embarrassing, doing that while broadcasting. That was just absolutely horrible. And I looked behind me to see the styrofoam spraying everywhere. Oh boy.
Poof, there it is.
Yep. There it goes. I'm gonna risk turning on my Wi-Fi while I'm broadcasting. Oh wait, I can just, I don't know why I'm using my app to do this, but...
The report's good. We're looking at a dry session.
Okay. Okay, the picture isn't showing up in the chat.
Shut up, Jeff.
Check this chat. Yeah, nothing came through. Alright.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:18.3.
Yeah, that would be a chore.
When you're ready, let's go.
Okay.
Ferraris are racing in unison right now, which is pretty pretty.
I was tempted to take the factory Ferrari. I decided to stay with the Red Bull for this.
It's an enjoyable car, and I love the halo mounted mirrors too. It's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
There's some of the few I can actually use in
Ooh,
the
nice one, Whip.
POV that I use, or FOV.
What was that time? I didn't catch it as it went through.
1:17.9.
Nice. What's that? Yeah?
That's not multitasking, that's sensory overload.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. Understood, stopping this lap.
I'm fairly new at it as well.
1. Man, again, fuck you.
And the horse I rode in on.
No, fuck you in the Formula 1 car you rode in on. Jesus Christ, man.
The confidence this car gives me in the high-speed turns is unreal. I know it's like all in my head, but I'm gonna do 1 lap on the hypers. Finally.
Oh, I don't even.
I finally had a nice pit entry. One entry I took out all the pylons, the other one I took out the speed limit sign.
I'm happy with my time.
Actually, yeah, I think I won't do any further. I'll
What?
I'm gonna retire from the session. Oh, did you and I retire at the same time, Whip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because as soon as I did it, I'm like, where is the UI? Where the hell is everything? Bless you.
Excuse me. Man,
I haven't
there's
had a
some
good...
kind of fuckery going on outside.
Yeah. That's going to be happening here soon with Canada Day coming up on Monday. And then you guys get it 3 days or 4 days later. 3 days later. So, yeah, I can count.
Yeah, you can count. Oh, people have already started the fireworks early. I went outside for a cigarette earlier, and some jackass decided to fucking light off a couple of fireworks, and that set off
Yes.
my PTSD because I wasn't expecting it. So,
Yeah.
fuck you, whoever you were. Thank you.
Are they celebrating Canada Day as well, you fucking assholes?
Right.
No, they're
That was tongue in cheek.
they're yeah, they are those fucking sons of bitches.
Any excuse to fire off the fireworks, and they'll,
Indeed.
you know, like maybe they buy a shit ton of fireworks to set off early, and then they've got their normal shit ton of fireworks for the actual day, or they work on that day. Who knows? Okay, short qualifying, good.
Checks complete. All personnel be aware, we have a car leaving.
Yeah, I definitely will. One thing I forgot to get, like, I have to get used to this in the 2019 game with the United States. What the hell? My car came to a complete stop as I think Yeti came flying out of the pit. Yeah, my car came to a complete stop as yours flew out. That's weird. The United States race is going to be after Mexico this year. Let me sneak by. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that we can actually do that. Like, talk to another driver directly. Oh shit, you're gonna get a hell of a tow down that straight. Nice.
This team sucks. Fuck, I know what I did wrong. God damn it.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
.347 at this the track. I don't know what if I went beyond that. Is that you coming up on me, Whip? Yep, okay. I don't know if I was on your line or not. If I was, I wholeheartedly apologize.
No, you weren't.
Okay. Rampage? Nightmare. Okay. Nice.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Ooh, Yeti into second. Now Whip takes second. This is going to be interesting off the line. Holy shit, man. Oh, Whip on the Ultras. Going with the ultimate strategy. Glad we don't have to coordinate our pit strategies anymore. Not that I didn't like having you as a teammate. We won, what, 2 championships in a row?
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank
Yeah, I
is
know
empty.
I've got less than a lap of fuel, Jeff. I'm in the pit box. Come on.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 16.0.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly take a bio.
I'm in limp home mode and you're gonna give me a warning for quarter cutting? It's so retarded. I'll be right back.
Fuck. Well, can change a couple of things.
Oh, Perez sneaks into second. Holy hell.
Oh, fuck, I'm going down the order. Great.
Still in the second row. Keeping Whip company. Oh, wow. 347 kilometers an hour in the speed trap. Damn. When I first see the Sauber from the T-cam, I immediately think it's a Williams, and then I have to slap myself for thinking that. It's like when you're driving it, they don't show the number in the center of the halo, which I wish they did.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'd
Like,
be nice.
Like they ask for your initials and then never use them anywhere in the game.
Right? It's stupid. It's just for the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Like, which even then you barely see your initial in the leaderboards. It's like,
Yep. I'm thinking it would be scary how fast you would go with traction control at full. Where you don't have to worry about wheel spin or anything like that. You'd probably be faster than me by a couple of seconds. Oh, sorry, I was talking to Yeti.
Damn, look at Checo with the fucking 117.4.
Yeah, pulled that time right out of his butt.
God damn it.
Got dropped to 5th, Yeti.
Oh, I got dropped to 4th. I better go back out there.
Ooh, Charles is the one who displaced you.
Yeah.
So
I'll be
far,
right back.
Our fastest lap is a
Oh, that's a nice setup you got there,
1:16.0.
kick ass. Just saw the picture. 2 minutes left in the session.
I'm not gonna be able to finish this fucking career this one day.
Nice.
There's 2 minutes remaining.
This will career like 5 careers. I mean, the part is if you finish it, you can restart and do them over.
It was my qualifying. God damn it.
You run out of fuel?
Yep.
Oh, there's a log jam of cars right there. The Force India just got smoked by the Toro Rosso. Debris flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a big one, isn't it?
That's what she said. Holding up Hamilton, eh? Ooh, a bit of tumbling down the grid there.
Yeah, I agree with that bullet.
Yeah. Ooh, Alonso. Terminal damage. Van Dorn got a grid penalty for colliding with Whip. Which I don't think is going to hurt him because he was already dead last. Does he start from the parking lot? Alright, anybody need to take a break?
I think I'm alright. Oh, Alonso didn't finish. What the hell?
Yeah, you got a terminal damage. You only got, what, I don't know how many laps he did. 2? Yeah, he did 2 laps.
Wow.
But was able to... That's the dumb thing, like, he DNF'd but was put at 11. Last week, you DNF'd when you were like 5th or 6th, and they put you down to 20th.
Yeah, it's retarded.
Like, you had a really good time and started from the back.
Yep.
I'm using Northern Nightmare now. So.
Nice.
Is Whip here?
Are you guys waiting on me? I hadn't. Oh, nope.
Nope. Well, guess we're going. We can wait at the grid.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Like, I went and hit the button when you said, "Are we waiting for Whip, or is Whip here?" And I thought everybody was waiting for me.
Oh no,
So,
I thought.
yeah, like an idiot, I went and hit the button. Yeah, he still hasn't clicked through.
I wasn't sure if he was.
Wave your hands
Oh, there.
violently if you can hear us.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll wait on the grid till till we're all ready to go. My alarm's gonna go off in a couple of minutes, so I gotta shut it off.
I'm gonna go take a piss break before we go.
Alright. Whip, are you with us? If you are, we can't hear you.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, Yeti is just taking a bio.
Okay. I had to call the police.
Oh.
Again.
Jeez.
God, I'm tired of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because nobody else calls the police in this building. Unless they wake the old man up downstairs, and if they do that, then he calls. He's probably already called too.
I absolutely hate the type of neighbors that think they can play their music at any volume at any time during the day and use that. Well, we can play it as loud as we want up until 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. Like, no, you can't. There is a noise limit 24 hours a day. But they're always like, nope, we can always play it. At least that's the way it is in Canada. I don't know if it's the same in the States.
Oh, that's the same here.
Yeah. I think it's 80 decibel limit. 80
Yeah, it's 80 decibels. Anything over that and it's disturbing the peace.
Yeah. Unless you've got a permit for like music and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You're already 3 laps down.
Sweet.
Yep. I'm ready to go, but I'm not putting any pressure on anybody to go quicker. Just
I'm good. I was ready to go before the bathroom, so.
okay.
I'm ready to go whenever.
All right. We have a consensus. Oh, come on, Leclerc. I left you plenty of room. And now he's shoving me off the track. You better have a word with your teammate there, Yeti. Damn.
Oh, man.
Oh, what happened? I just saw debris flying across the track in front of me.
That's a decent start. Good job.
I don't know
was
who cut my
insane.
wheel off, but they did.
Ah, shit.
Safety car deployed.
That's just the first safety car we've had
Watch your delta.
in
Yeah,
our,
Be
shit.
positive as we catch the
holy
pack.
crap.
Right.
I'm just pacing really slow. I don't want to get a penalty for... I always seem to go into the red when I get into turns. 'Cause I love just
Set
riding...
hypers. Set hyper softs.
I also didn't want to accordion the field. So did you get put into the wall, or did someone like fly past you and clip your tire?
Someone flew past me and clipped my tire.
They just love to not give room. Like,
We're coming up to the safety car
I'm
now.
thinking, like,
Do not
how can
pass
they
it.
clip
You are the leader.
your
Follow
tire
the
and
safety
not
car.
suffer any damage themselves unless they did? It's just not terminal. Doesn't seem right. It was Raikkonen. Oh no, that was Yeti. Oh, it was Alright, yeah. It was Magnussen, your own teammate, was the one that did that to you, Whip.
Well, god damn it.
Damn.
Alright. We'll definitely give it a look-see. Good night.
I'm probably gonna have to get off too. I do have to get up early ass in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Because I got stuff to do before I start moving tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was hoping to be able to race, but no. Magnussen had other plans for me. Was it really him that fucked me over?
Yep.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. And all he got was a fucking warning.
Yep. Yeti got
Oh
one for
my
a severe
God.
collision with Raikkonen. Like, how did you not get
I
damaged?
missed my braking a little bit, and I hit him in the rear, but there's nothing, like, severe.
Yeah.
There's, like, your typical, you miss a braking point by a little bit, bump them.
Yeah. It must have been enough to break one of your wings, though, eh?
It busted it a little bit. It wasn't anything major. It was, like, yellow damage or something, like an end plate.
Yeah. I figured you would take the supers and go to the end, but that would be an ask for the super. It'd be like 17 laps on supers.
Yeah, that's why I went in on the safety car. I was like, I don't want supers.
Yeah. Like the safety car is yo-yoing me. It's pulls away and then just almost comes to a stop in the turn.
Oh, damn.
I put like a lot of fuel in the car so I could run rich mix,
Okay, the safety car
and
is
then
coming
we
in
get a
this lap.
safety car.
We'll be pacing the field in sector 3. Make
So
sure
it's
to
like,
respect the delta
I
until the
didn't
safety car
need
is in the
all
pit
of that
lane.
extra fuel. I ended up gaining almost 3/4 of a tank.
Green flag.
Oh shit. Leclerc got a run on me. I'm gonna have to go defensive.
Come on, Ricardo, you fucking moron.
Well, yeah, I gave him 2 mortars after what Leclerc did to me.
Good pass. Oh, fuck. Went too wide. A little bit of a lockup going into the last turn there, Yeti.
No, not at all.
Oh, Perez and Leclerc are battling hard. As long as they keep doing that, I can pull away.
Oh, they got a train behind them, too.
Come on. Fucking right front wings damage, so it's just nothing but a fucking fight right now.
I thought. Yeah, it's too early to come in for another set on it. I feel like just write the race off if you come in again.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Shit, my ERS is already pretty much gone.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Up, signs is out.
I'm getting a strategy change. That always makes me shake my head. Like, you're in the lead. How much of a strategy change could you need? Especially when you're on the alternate strategy.
Got that confirmed.
Well, you guys, I will talk to y'all next Friday.
Alright.
Alright.
Hit y'all up later.
Okay, update on the car for you. Tyres are looking very nice. Shouldn't have to worry about the wear too much right now. The gap behind us is 9.2 seconds.
Oh, fuck, don't be giving me the stop and go.
Yeah, I think you gotta stop and go from the collision with Raikkonen.
Oh, thank God, it's... They're also changing my stuff, thank you.
Okay.
Sometimes stop and goes, they don't change your stuff, so... Or at least it used to do it, they might have fixed it so you also get your proper pit.
Okay.
Oh, that drives so much better now.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hyper softs.
Did you go on to Ultras?
I'm on supers now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, sorry, yeah, ultras. Back.
We're leading our teammate by 48.1 seconds.
Teammate status. Full race update.
I was actually pleasantly surprised by that safety car. Though I
Yeah,
don't.
that was.
Yeah, not at the expense of Whip's race, but it was like when it came out, I'm like, holy fuck.
Like, when I looked around, there was no cars on track or anything impeding the race, so I don't know why they... It was a weird call.
I went an entire season in my McLaren Season 3 without a single safety car.
Damn.
And I was shocked. And then I get 2 in the Australia race. It was ridiculous.
We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in lap.
Ooh, Leclerc's up in third. Perez, I guess, got around him in the pits.
Pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Driver in front.
Oh, I took out all the pylons again. The first one I aimed for, the other ones I just didn't change my my aim and just wiped them out.
Go now.
I always yell at people for taking out the speed limit sign. I think Wh1p did it a couple times in I think both of our seasons, and so I started doing it as well. I'm like, fuck it. Like, that's the best way to mess with somebody in a league.
Yep.
Like, if I get fucked over by somebody, I'm taking out the speed limit sign. I know it fucks everybody else over, but my main goal is to just get that one person who did it to me. I realized I was broadcasting. And oh, wait a minute, I don't care if I cuss. Ah, shit.
It's that last bloody corner of this track. Lost my rear halfway through, hit the wall on the right side and almost went into the pits, corrected it and snapped to the left, and then hit the far left side wall and broke my wheel off.
Holy shit, and they were showing the yellow flag in the S's, but not in the first turn, or the last turn where it should have been.
Is 33.
Weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I crashed like the last corner.
I remember when I did one of the OBRC races. I think when you crashed into that area, I think I did the Sounds of Silence lyrics. I can't remember if that was the one that I did it. And I was commentating it, and I'm like, oh, I think we had a wreck in the stadium section. Because I'd known it beforehand when I did the voiceover. Couldn't think of the word commentating.
Yeah, that was actually my crash, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Wow, that third sector really pulled it out because I was red through the first two sectors. So I had a really good third sector. Oh god. See how slow I came into that turn?
Yeah, that was weird.
I started to brake and then just took my finger off the accelerator, and I don't know why I coasted through it. Like, I started to brake early, and then just coasted through, and my brain just wasn't telling me to accelerate or something. I don't know.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
No shit, yeah. Telling you the battery level's low. If I turn it down, I will get energy recovery. Like, shit, that's how batteries work? I love that section when you get it right.
There's 5 laps of fuel
Thinking
remaining.
back to it, I think my wreck with Kimmy might have been a result in Whip's demise. So, like, hit Kimmy from the rear because they did come in hot, and I don't know where exactly Whip was in the crowd, but I might have shot the car or two from that. It was domino effect.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's what happened was.
Yeah, I think he got hit in, or, yeah, he got hit by Magnus in that first turn going into there, because I saw part of his wing go flying in front of me further down the track.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like, I just see it tumbling across the track, and I'm like, fuck, what happened? And then I hear, oh, fuck. And whips out, and I'm like, oh my god. It's like, that was his wing that went flying past me. You can probably see it in the replay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I think hit Kimmy, and then Kimmy probably hit Magnuson. Shouldn't say Magnuson with.
Yeah.
That corner just sucks.
Yeah.
I was sleeping a little bit on it. I like came back to it, like, break back.
Not sure why I short-shifted from 5th to 6th there. Sometimes my thumb will just twitch and I will end up shifting because I hold them right over the buttons.
Yeah.
It's happened before where I've downshifted like 2 times extra. Like there, I didn't need to downshift a second time, but and then I hear the engine screaming, and I look down. I'm like, fuck! I'm in 3rd when I should be in 5th.
Behind is 26.6 seconds. This is your final lap of the race.
Look at that battery drain. Holy hell.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. we're leading our teammate by 46.4 seconds.
I'm a little too overzealous in there. I love the smoke of the Mexican flag through that sector. This is awesome.
Oh.
I love doing that, but I try and end up on the racing line so that other cars will slam into me as they go down. It's only happened
Nice.
once, and that was in Bahrain.
Well, Sauber at least finished on the podium, so that's nice.
Yep. And Checo gets a podium in his home race.
That's nice.
But he was beat by a vile Canadian. Although I guess we're not as hated in Mexico as the Americans are. But actually, I don't think we're hated anywhere other than China right now.
Philippines are sending back our garbage, so that's nice.
Yeah. Hey, I went up to 20. I'm now level 20. I need to get to 25 to get another trophy. And I'm only going to do it in these races. I'm not going to do any online races at all. Okay, so Carlos Sainz hit Magnussen, then Magnussen hit Whip, and see all of this happened before you hit Raikkonen. So I don't think you started that chain reaction. That's one.
No, I like to see the time, like timestamp of it, you know?
Yeah.
Because
sometimes it doesn't register.
However, though, that does make sense as to
because Whip was ahead of you, wasn't he?
Yeah,
when
he
that
was.
Happened? So yeah, his collision started it. Raikkonen slammed on the brakes, and you hit him and got the severe collision because he slowed down for the Whip DNF.
So maybe that's what that was. Because going into that corner, maybe my braking was right. It just with everybody having to stop a lot earlier and faster than I was anticipating. I just saw like a train of cars. I didn't see anything like happening that indicated it was a wreck. There was no yellow flag. So I was racing into it because I fell behind. I messed up in one of the few corners before that. So I think I actually ended up falling to the back of the pack, and then I caught back up, and there was all that. And
a lot of action in the span of one. That's why I love first laps. It's just so much excitement, except when you or someone is the one that ends up crashing out due to it.
Yeah.
And that was Whip.
I felt bad because I thought I might have caused it. Seeing it now, there's so much. I don't even know what happened anymore. I just know I went up somebody's gearbox, turned out to be Raikkonen, and
it's the fog of war. Like you don't know what happens, or you see things differently than it actually happened. Well, if you had recorded it, then you would have been able to watch it back.
Yeah. Oh, I can still save that, actually. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. And you can also watch Whip's point of view. Since he was broadcasting.
I'll be doing that. I'm going to save my video clip because I have it saved to record, save the last hour.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so I'm going to do that, edit it, cut it down, and then, when I'll look at a Whips because I know I went flying past a couple of cars because I hit a car, veered to the left to have more braking distance. So
And like it was funny seeing that little bit of his wing go tumbling in front of my car. I'm like,
It's like, oh,
where the hell did that come from? Because I was on a
it's,
straight and it comes in from the side. So it was like,
yeah.
okay, and then
Well,
Whip
you
was
were
like, oh
like
fuck.
where everybody was. You must have been coming out of that second little 90 onto that lawn straight before the,
Yeah,
I guess
that
the mini grandstand area.
yeah, it's three rights in a row. Like you do the left, then you do the right, and then there's the double right before you go
Yeah,
into the S's. I had just
that's where that.
passed the first right on that tiny
Yeah,
little strip of
the
straight.
crash happened on that
Yeah,
left. That's kind of where all of it went. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Just the
you
momentum
saw
of the piece of his wing. It was
yeah,
hilarious. Like, oh, okay.
just
It's like
and somebody
watching a
died.
tumbleweed go flying in front of your car.
Yep.
What would have been cool is if I could see like the sponsor or
Oh, that
whatever
would
it
have been
was
kind of
on it.
cool.
But yeah, oh, that would have been so cool. But it's I guess mainly
Or
black and red.
knowing your luck, you'd get a piece going through your visor and you go out like so.
It's like, yeah, I can see it now, very clearly.
It's
Uh,
in me.
yep. Okay. Do you still want to do Abu Dhabi, or do you want to switch to another track? Or
I mean, how badly do you want to do Abu Dhabi? I mean, I'll do it.
yeah, I
Um,
don't mind. Like I did it like 3 times with the F21 or F2019 game, F1 2019, doing
yeah,
the
yeah.
F2 race. You have to do the full distance of it, and I always set it to 100%. But it was only
Damn.
like 22 laps in F2. They don't
Oh,
do
that's not
all
bad.
that many. Yeah, so it was like I love doing the full 100% distances because it
Oh,
just
they're
makes it.
fun.
And yeah, and also
If
that's why I know a lot of the tracks and where I can push and where I can't, because I do so many bloody laps in a weekend.
I used to do so much, but I just have so much other stuff going on. I don't
Yeah,
race
yeah,
F1 nearly as much. I used to race pretty well full time like you, but
yeah,
I got other life things happening.
yeah.
um,
It's hard for me to do other things. Like if I'm watching Netflix or something and I get bored, like I'll be in the middle of watching an episode of something and I'll just switch back and do like a practice session, and then
yeah,
go back. And then it's usually when I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm just so amped, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a couple of laps and then do a mid-session save or finish the session. But like I'll sit there for the full 90 minutes or 100 minutes of a full Grand Prix, and well, I'll usually pause if I have to take a bio or something like that. But it's usually from beginning to end. I don't pause. I'll do maybe one flashback if it's like if I get screwed over by an AI egregiously. But a lot of the time I'll just let things happen, and I don't do a lot of flashbacking because like I said, like with the simulation damage on, I try and avoid cars at all costs because
yeah.
if they sneeze on you, boom, you lose a part of your wing. It's ridiculous. Like when I first started doing the simulation, I was flashbacking all the time because I was aggressive as fuck. Now I'm not. I try and be aggressive on the track, but not when I'm overtaking.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's made me a somewhat better racer than I was when I first started. So, and I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
saying I'm a great racer or anything like that. I'm accomplished at my level.
Um, if we did like either one race per night or did practice on one day and then quality and race next day or something, I'd be down to do 100% races.
Yeah,
Um, but we need to juggle it somehow. Like I would like to do the 100%. Now that I got like Fridays off, my
yeah.
schedule is a little more open now.
Hell, we could do
Um,
50% races. Like that's still a
yeah,
long distance. Like these
that
25s are
that
really
side of
short.
the 50 satisfy me. Just the 25 feels like a 5 for me.
Yeah,
The 50 still satisfies me pretty good.
yeah.
So,
Like in the 25%, like in Austria, when I got to my pit, I even extended my first stint by 2 laps. And when I get the notification that my pit is coming up, my pit window's coming up, I'm like, fuck, that was quick.
yeah,
Well,
it's
granted, it is the shortest track on the calendar, but damn.
it is ridiculous. It's
Oh,
for
the
me
lap
like
record is a 107.411. Oh no, that's the lap record in a race. I keep forgetting that.
yeah.
Because I did a 106 to qualify. I'm like, fuck yeah. I don't remember what my lap record was or my fastest lap in the race.
Like how 25 goes for me is get the first lap chaos done.
Yeah,
Then I settle in, and I race hard, but I don't push as hard as you should for a 25 to make up ground. And by the time we're like pitting, that's when I'll start start driving harder mode,
yeah,
because things are spaced out enough where I can take a little more risks and it's not as consequential.
yeah,
But by that point, like anybody else who is racing at a 25% pace has made their ground, and it's a struggle to in that last 8-10 laps. It's
yeah. You feel like you've
you've
never got
lost.
enough time. That
Yeah,
was like in France that we did last week when I went all the way to the back of the pack and had to chase Whip down. Um, like as soon as I come out of the pit, I'm like, okay, I'll be happy if I get the points. No way that I think
yeah,
I was going to win the race. Um, but he, he will sometimes make a mistake when you press. And like I tried not to be aggressively pressing, but I was trying to keep my car in his consciousness so that
yeah,
he would see the white arrow at least, or maybe like the transparent white arrow, so he knows that I'm close. And I like to do that, not just with Whip, but like um, any car I'm chasing down. I don't like to make that lunge, like the all or nothing lunge. I don't like doing that at all. Maybe that makes me not a good racer, but I will settle back and wait to see if they make a mistake, and then try and overtake on the straights. I don't like to dive bomb somebody,
yeah,
because it like if you make a mistake and screw up both of your races, like I feel like an absolute shit if that happens, and uh, it's like these races are short enough as it is that you want to have fun, and you don't want to be the reason why somebody crashed out.
oh for sure. Like it's
If it's an AI, I couldn't care less if I crash them out, but another person, because then they also
yeah,
think, like they've got in the back of their mind, I don't want to race with this guy because he will lunge from a mile back, that kind of thing.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm good with doing Abu Dhabi if you want to, unless you want to do Hockenheim when you passed out last week. That was
What
funny. Oh no,
was it?
you didn't pass out. You lost the power. You had a power surge or a power failure
Oh
when that
yeah.
happened.
No, it's last night I
Last night
passed
you
out. I
passed
think.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. I'm like, so you still there? And Whip's like, yeah, I'm here. Like, dude, I was talking to you. I know you're there. Oh, I guess because you were
Is
quiet for a while, he forgot that you were there and thought I was
oh
talking to
yeah.
him. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's
I don't
it's
know.
your
I was
choice
just
if you
kind of
want to
like,
do Hockenheim or Abu
I was,
Dhabi.
um, uh, think I have an Abu Dhabi set up. We can, yeah, let's go for it.
All right.
Once I get in the rhythm of it, I don't mind it. It's just getting used to it again. Because the only time I race it is when I have to,
Yeah.
and so it's one of tracks have some of the least amount of time on. So it's just getting that groove takes a little bit longer than I normally would like it to.
Yeah, you have to be like really committed to a career in order to get to Abu
Yeah.
Dhabi. Like I have done Australia like countless times. Like I know that track inside and
yeah.
out. That's why I was really shocked when I did a 126 on it last night. Like I'm used to doing like 121s, 122s, and I did a 126. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, did they fundamentally change the physics of the game? But it's basically a lot of the turns are one gear further down.
Yeah.
Like most gears or most turns that I would take, you know, in third gear, you basically right down to 2. The penultimate turn, you know, the turn just before you go into the pits, I was constantly like going deep into that turn, like so deep that I was almost on the grass every single time. And it was driving me crazy. So like I ended up flashbacking a lot.
Can I get an Abu Dhabi tune? Because
yeah.
I don't have one, and I don't want to fuck with that.
Okay. Let's see. I have a 3.3 arrow.
Okay.
But if you want yeah, 3.4 would work, or 3.2. Usually a 4.3 is pretty good. The diff I do 90 on, 55 off.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm weird
but
when
you
it
run
comes to that.
TCS, so
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Yeah. My geometry, 270, 140.
1 second, I'm just playing with my diff still.
Oh, sorry. It's, oh yeah, the transmission. Not
Okay.
140. It's negative 270, negative 120.
Oh wow. Okay, you run a pretty generous camber. Usually people on pads are like 3 something and like almost 2 degrees.
We're looking
on
at
the
a dry
rear.
session.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty legitimate camber setup. Nice.
Yeah. The toe is 7 and 26.
All right.
Suspension. Well, this suspension is for the Red Bull. I'm used to the Red Bull. Even I can't get it out of my head that they're equal setups, but it's 3.3, 8.8, 4.4. Sometimes I'll do 3.4 to get that rake.
What it? Wow.
Yeah, like the soft suspension, because like I don't go over the curbs a lot, but when I do, I don't want it to bounce all around, so I do a soft, and then I use the higher anti-roll bar to counter that. So it's
I'm Jeff.
Track is pretty empty right now. Lots
yeah,
of space.
he's in my ear as well.
You said you have tire wear issues?
No, I usually don't have tire wear issues.
I'm surprised you don't.
Yeah, I usually I can usually extend my my stint at least 4 or 5 more laps, but I like to change my tires when they're in the high 30s, not high 30s, mid 40s, mid to high 40s, and usually by the time they call me in for the pits, my tires are still in like the low 30s, so I can stay out a little bit longer.
That is weird, because I mean, you're running, I mean, in a what you call, I guess, a tuning or engineering aspect, I don't know what you want to call it. Running really soft suspension and then really low ride height is a big no-no.
Yeah.
So that's really weird. I guess the most you're gonna bottom out, but I guess Abu Dhabi's probably pretty flat for the most part. You can get away with that.
Yeah.
That is
I don't ever go lower than 3 on the ride height. I'm rarely at 3. It's usually 4.4 or 4.5, the occasional 3.4, but it's usually 4.4 or 4.5. That's pretty much what I run. I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure if like I tried a different setup for a long time, I would get comfortable with that and be able to eke out more time. Right now, like I'm happy with my time output. I feel like I can do a competitive time. If I was in a league, I would definitely be doing different setups, but I am just so casual that it's insane. And I also do low tire pressure, usually a 21.8 and a 20.3. Although I do turn that up for qualifying. But yeah, just to try and eke out that straight line speed. But like I don't do it. I don't use Parc Ferme in my career, so I can get away with turning it up and then putting it back down to my race trim. I suppose I should.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I should switch to Parc Ferme. That way, you know, it would be more of a challenge to try and find the right balance. Let's see, my ballast I have at 7. I'm not very aggressive with the balance because I used to do 8 or 9 ballast in Australia and keep, you know, rotating the car in that one, you know, the sharp left-right before you hit the final DRS straight. And that's, I would always just keep going around, and so I started using less ballast. Sorry. It is harder to rotate,
At the
but
end of this session, we need to
I
return
don't
2
have the
sets
back
of
end
tires. We'll
stepping
give back
out on me
the 2
all the
most
time.
worn sets,
I
so we
hate
may as well
that
get
feeling.
the most out of them while we can.
Like,
They won't be available
in
for the rest of the
the
weekend,
career
though, so don't
flashback,
run
but
too hard
when we
on
run
anything
these
you might
races,
need later on.
if that happens, I'm just a passenger and I'm watching for the rest of the session, and I hate that. Fucking hate that. Like, what was it? It must have been like a month and a half ago when we first started up again, and I was on my out lap when that happened.
Oh, damn.
And I had to watch for the, well, I can't remember if it was with you or with Whip, but I was on my out lap when that happened, and I said, oh, well, I just wrecked out, or I crashed out, and I'm sitting there waiting, and like 6 or 7 laps go by, and I'm like, so you're not going to restart? He's like, oh, I didn't know you crashed. I'm like, I said I just crashed out. He's like, oh, I heard that, but I didn't hear it. I'm like, fuck. Like, I didn't want to say, come on, let's restart. I wanted to, you know, give him the option to offer to restart.
We'll make the changes you requested.
Oh, fuck off, Jeff, with that whole, we'll make the request, or we'll make the changes you requested.
Standing by.
The one kind of mode I miss in Formula 1 is back on 2012, they did the young driver test.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I only started playing the game in 2016.
Yeah,
that would have been pretty cool.
F1 was really cool back then because you do the young driver test, and then how you did in that was actually what teams would give you contracts starting your career.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's why it's always been weird for me these last few ones where it's like, I can just join Mercedes.
Yeah.
No, you should earn that.
Gasly giving you fits?
Sorry?
Was Gasly giving you a fit? Looked like he wasn't getting over, and
he sideswiped me pretty hard.
Yeah. I happened to come out right behind you guys and saw all of that happening. I almost ran up the back of you. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention.
What?
I wasn't paying attention when coming up on the braking zone. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I should start braking.
Did you see how I walked up the front to rotate it to block you?
Yeah. I'm on my out lap, so I'm just gonna hang back.
Yeah,
create a gap. It's one of the differences I've noticed with myself and Whip, and I'm not putting down anything, is that on his outlap, he'll try and get around the slower cars instead of letting them go and save his tires.
Yeah. This is not doing it. Yeah, for our suspension understeers with a ripple setup.
Yeah. Not sure if I have a Ferrari set up. Like
I'll
this
figure
might,
it out.
yeah.
I got a benchmark.
This might even not work for me because I've never gotten this far in a Red Bull career.
There we go.
McLaren setups I've got up the wazoo. I got 5 seasons worth of setups, but that's with an upgraded car, so pretty much makes them all
I
obsolete.
did do a stiffer suspension setup than what you got, so it's also probably just my own error.
Yeah, that's why I always hesitate giving out setup, because like if it doesn't work for somebody, I feel bad. I don't know why. That's just the way my brain works.
I just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tire
No,
temperatures,
I
which you
just
can do on the
wanted a
temperature panel of
benchmark.
the
I didn't
MFD.
want to go
We
out.
monitor
I only
carcass
have 45
temperature and
minutes.
surface temperature,
Dial
and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside
Has
a
to be
normal
pretty well
operating
perfect.
window.
So,
Surface temps tend to fluctuate
We've lost
faster,
Hamilton.
so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
He crashed at the end of one of the DRS straights on the back.
yeah.
Meanwhile, the whole time Jeff is talking in my ear like a fucktard, trying to do a flying lap, and the guy's talking in my ear. Oh boy, drifting around the last turn. Yeah, I lost a lot of time going in that last turn. Oh man. I'm just cutting corners left and right. I lost so much time because I was drifting through that last turn. Across the line in 5th.
It is weird seeing Sauber in my setups.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking, I should have taken the Ferrari. That way we all could have been in Ferrari powered cars
No, yeah.
and not be teammates.
That'd be cool.
This time is more indicative of my pace.
Well done, P1. You've just put in the quickest lap of the session so far.
Also, driving this track, I got used to the F2 cars and how unresponsive they are in comparison.
Whoa!
Oh, what happened?
Those first curves on that downhill after the pit exit corner are,
Oh,
rough.
it hopped you up into the air?
Yep.
Yep. That has happened to me so many times.
That happened fast.
Yeah. It basically just threw you into the wall on the right-hand side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I had no time to. There's me turning, screen freaked out, and the car turned.
Fucking hell. So when that happens, does like the steering wheel buck in your hand, or does it just go neutral?
Logitechs do it, but I think the Thrustmasters are a little more. They replicate that. I remember mine would jerk pretty bad on a wreck. Like even the Logitech, like if you have a broken suspension or something. Oh, whoa. Okay.
Are you okay?
The Logitech doesn't
Confirm
really
you're
like.
okay, please.
Like let's say you broke like the left side suspension, the wheel would hold itself, so you have to kind of correct it.
Oh yeah.
On the Thrustmaster it does that, but Logitech doesn't do as much, so that you don't get as much proper feedback with the Logitech because it is a cheaper wheel.
Yeah.
And the Logitech is just like it's not a full true belt driven wheel like the Thrustmaster is. Thrustmaster has like brushless motor and all this other stuff. And my Thrustmaster is down because the motor base died on me and I haven't done anything to fix it. And I probably won't. I'm just gonna sell off the parts. So I can sell the pedal set for 200.
Yeah.
Each rim I've got for another 200. So I can overall pretty look at my money's back on all the Thrustmaster stuff. Just put that money to probably, I don't know. One of the things I mentioned on getting earlier, the plate carrier, or even a night vision setup or something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did you see that when I torpedoed into the wall, that I took out Perez as well?
Yeah.
I just aimed right at him.
I had a distant camera, so I didn't really have much detail. I just see Perez, I see a Red Bull, and then Perez just get launched into the wall.
Oh, I wish I'd
show
seen
you guys
that.
hit
Oh.
because it was so distant. There was none of that proper detail loaded, so just pink car, just meh, and then Red Bull keeps going straight.
I would love to have seen it like spinning off into the wall. That would have been awesome. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, the circuit is clear at the moment. We're good to go.
Hopefully that'll do the job.
And the funny thing with that collision with Perez is that didn't cause my terminal damage. I was shocked.
You went in.
Yeah. Like, I hit him with my front left, and it was my front right tire that was broken from the impact with the wall. I thought for sure that it would have sheared off my tire, hitting him like that.
That is so weird.
Yeah, that was like pure tire-on-tire collision, getting him in the rear quarter. And Because I was surprised when I hit him. Just my wing went red. That was it. And then I hit the wall, and my front right went red. Oh shit! 12 cars on the circuit. Oh. Yes, yes, yes.
All personnel be
Damn
aware.
it! I tried to come out of the pits with a huge gap from the next car, and I forgot the park Ferme thing comes up. So, like, I'm hitting the square button to get out onto the track, and I had to hit the X. Oh shit! And here comes the McLaren Alonso. He's passing me. Damn it! I had timed it so that I would come out ahead of him. That bloody park Ferme warning screws me over. I like this race because it basically starts.
What the hell, Leclerc?
Oh my god. Your teammate?
Yeah.
Holy
Same
hell.
place I wrecked out last session. Hits my rear. I kick out, try to correct, hit the curves. Turn to a plane. Hit the wall. This is why I hate Abu Dhabi. Oh,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I always have shit coming.
I like it because it starts at dusk and finishes at night.
No, it's an enjoyable race when it goes well.
Yeah, and you can see the sky. Like, in Bahrain, the sky is just a gray mass.
Yeah.
But here you
this
can see
has, like,
clouds. It's beautiful.
It's detailed properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bahrain is unnaturally clear.
Yeah.
I think I might buy a 2019.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it.
I got the extra funds because my one plan kind of fell through, so I actually got extra monies to blows, even though I shouldn't. I will.
Yeah. You can also buy multiplayer car designs and flame suit or fire suits and helmets and gloves, shit like that. I went and
Yeah, I saw that. That's sweet.
yeah, I went and bought a car design and a helmet before I realized I'm not going to be playing online unless we have like if we do a co-op career, or not career, but a co-op season, then I can rock the custom helmet and the custom paint job. Oh wait, no, I don't know if you can.
Yeah, you should be able to. It's for multiplayer. They say multiplayer, so it would mean across the board.
But it's an online championship, so I don't know if that's another trophy that I still have to get, is the complete an online championship race. I still haven't been able to do that. And once I get that one done, then I'll have almost all of the trophies that I can possibly get. Like, I'm not going to get the online ones. I'm not going to get a safety rating or anything like that, 'cause I just don't like racing against people. Good people are idiots. Alright, it's about 3 seconds faster than my practice time on the same compound. That's what Richmond or Max Mix does. That's insane. It's another thing that I like to do, that I keep telling Whip to do. As soon as you cross the finish line on your flying lap, just completely slow down because you're on your qualifying tires.
Yeah.
And it also helps you to recharge your battery if you do feel like you need to go out on for another flying lap. I swear I'm not bagging on Whip. It may sound like it, but I'm not. I'm absolutely not trying to.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
It's usually the things that, like, I want to say, but sometimes either forget to say or think that I might sound like I'm giving unsolicited advice. Because I've made a huge stink about people giving me unsolicited advice. How, like, I find it rude. And so I don't want to, like, seem like a hypocrite. Like, whenever he asks me for my opinion about something, I'll try and, answer as much as I possibly can. But, like, there was one guy that we were in a league with that, he was faster than other people, which, you're going to find people who are faster, but, we were all practicing before a race weekend, and he's giving the others advice. It was at Bahrain, and it was that really slow left-hander before the DRS straight on the back. And I'm taking the racing line through there, and all of a sudden I hear, "You could take a better line through there." And I'm like dead silent, and I'm like, "Were you talking to me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, I would appreciate it if you kept your opinions to yourself." And I came across like such a dick. And then, like, I had to explain that, when I, growing up, my dad would always tell me, like, don't give people unsolicited advice. If they ask you for advice, then, give it. But if you just start telling people how to do things better than the way they're doing it, it comes across as rude.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
really is.
And that's the way I felt my entire life. But when I said it, like, that you can mind your own business, that sounded like I came off sounding like such a dick. And as soon as I said it, I'm like, fuck, I can hear in my head how that sounded. And but yeah, and it was like, I didn't ask, like, the other people in the voice chat had asked for his opinion. And I guess he just assumed because I was there, I wanted his opinion. But he didn't ask me if I wanted his opinion, and that's what drove me crazy. And it's hard to justify my stance because I do come across as a dick when I say something like that. It's like, mind your own business. But I don't know. It's just the way I was raised, that you don't offer an opinion unless someone asks for it. If you're a critic, then that's your job. That's what you do. But, I don't know, in the quote-unquote civilized world, you wait for someone to ask for your opinion. At least that's how I was raised. I'm not saying that's how it should be, but that's just how I grew up. I don't know, maybe I come across as timid if I don't give an opinion about something, but I prefer to be asked. I don't know.
I prefer it that way too. I mean, I know a lot of people may vary on that nowadays, but I am fairly traditional myself as well. And I need to, like when Whip today said, "Oh yeah, you locked up your tire there," I was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't."
Yeah.
I was like, "No shit, I locked up. I've got a damaged fucking wing."
Yeah.
Like.
The Captain Obvious statement of the year.
It was just, yeah.
Or if, like, someone will say, "Oh, you cut that corner," I'd be like, "Okay, I rode the curb, but I didn't get a warning for it, so I'm going to do the exact same thing the next lap. If I get a warning for it, then I'll know I've gone too far." Like, if you don't push a track to its limits and get a warning, then you're not pushing hard enough. So if I'm cutting a corner, I'm not, blatantly trying to cheat. I'm trying to,
We're 18
establish.
from the speed trap, 318.6 kilometers per hour.
I said, I looked at the live TV feed when nobody was out on the track, and it said I was first in the speed trap with like 337 kilometers an hour. And Jeff just tells me that I'm 18th in the speed trap at 318. Like, I know that it means absolutely nothing because, you know, speed traps just aren't. I don't know. I get hung up on the speed trap data, but it just drives me crazy when I see one thing showing me in first at one speed and then Jeff telling me I'm almost dead last with a different speed. And I also, yeah, like I hate when you're on a slow lap and they count that as your speed trap time for the entire session.
Yeah.
It's like, keep track of the highest speed limit somebody, or speed trap that somebody has done. That is their time or their speed through the speed trap.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm gonna close down this application so that way I can download 2019 and we should be able to play it tonight because they're typically not huge games.
Yeah.
So
it didn't take very long. I think it was like 5 to 7 gigabytes before you could start the application, and then yeah. Oh, so you're gonna close it before the race?
Yep, to just maximize my downloading speed
Okay.
because I'm out and my tune. I didn't even get to try my adjust. I thought it might work. I'm gonna go into a race with a shitty tune and be, oh, this doesn't work. So,
It'll kick me out of the lobby as well, but because you can't race with only one person,
shit,
so
right.
it's no problem.
Oops. Okay.
Go 1:37.7. I don't know what my fastest time is. Oh yeah, I don't have an actual time set in the Red Bull on this track.
Let's see here. So I got what it balance out here.
Our best lap so far is a 1:37.7.
I can get my usual. Might be a little better. So about 55-ish minutes currently for the I guess the single player part. It says 4 hours right now for the rest of multiplayer, but that generally shortens out quite a bit once it's gone more into it. So knowing how our late night conversations go, probably that time will pass by.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I could start up 2019 and show you just what kind of braking, how the brakes are different.
Yeah.
But then that was in a racing point, so I don't know if they've got, poor braking. It was slightly better in the Red Bull, but it was still, I had to take it down to second gear going into turn 3 at Australia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, I'm used to just, cruising through there in third gear and then go up to fourth for that short left-hander that you kind of have to coast through. And then, and then go. But here it's like down to second, upshift to third, upshift to fourth, and then coast, maybe even downshift because, you go a little bit too far. It changes the rhythm of that track for me. And I've done that track so many times. That's why I was shocked when I'm in third gear braking and I'm still sailing through the turn. Like onto the grass off the track. Like, what the fuck? And Whip is like, yeah, maybe they want you to lift and coast. What? I'm braking. How am I supposed to lift and coast and brake at the same time? Like, lifting and coasting is an option. It's not mandatory in the braking zones. It's like, if you want to save some fuel, you lift and coast. If you want to let a car go by you in the braking zone, you lift and coast, because they're still going to be on the gas. They're going to do a late braking on you. But I like the aggressiveness of the AI, but it's not a stupid aggressiveness like it is in the 2018, where if you're on the racing line and they want to get onto the racing line, they'll just start slamming into the side of your car. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a multiplayer thing, because I know they're dumber in multiplayer than they are in career.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that happened to me. It happened to you on several occasions. Happened to Whip as well, just tonight alone.
Yeah, I find, for me, I'm a lot more conservative racing AI online, and that typically goes a lot better for me. It's actually how I'm able to work through packs fairly quicker
Yeah.
now. Is I race them with a lot of ease, and then just when I see a definite opening, they're a lot more lenient.
Yep.
It just, yeah, it's just a matter of fighting them a lot less than you would with like a human player. It's
Yeah. In the 2018 game, if they're on the racing line going into a braking zone, they won't move over to defend.
Yeah.
And you can gain so many places, like into the first turn of a race, because they go in a train. In 2019, they moved to defend.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. It's going to be so much fun going into turn ones now, where you actually have to earn your place instead of, gifted. You can start at the in 20th at Australia and gain like
And make a pound
11 or
pack.
12 positions. Yeah, going into the first turn
Yeah.
alone. It's fun for if you want to get extra components at the beginning of the year and take your grid penalty, because then you can just get it back. But and also you get more points for your finish as opposed to where you started. It's a maximum of 100. So I think if you finish the race 5 places better than you started, you get full 100 points for it. Imagine if you go from 20th to into the points, or even, dare I say, onto the podium, then your team is going to love you. They're actually going to love you. Rep through the wazoo.
It's nice to see them. I guess improving the AI. Yeah, improving the AI.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, like I remember, you could pull the 20th to, almost guaranteed half the pack in the first
Yep.
corner since 2012, which is when I started playing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Yeah, and the YouTubers have been complaining about that for so long.
yeah.
Like, it's just so easy to get your positions back. And some people will just stay at
16.
the back of the train, just, you know, for shits and giggles.
Yeah. 16 is when they started really making an effort to improve the game in so many other aspects rather than just kind of improving